Hello friends, welcome to my channel Sushant Chess Wise. Today we are at the next topic, that is the endgame studies explained. We are at the 84th position of our topic. We have got a position here, very interesting one I found. It's white to play and win, of course, and we have got bishop and knight which are playing against the king and two pawns. It's a basically typical bishop and knight mating pattern. Let's get started. Black is going to use the concept of stalemate here. He is going to play the move h2 and get his king cornered, and that is how the stalemate will happen. White is having main trouble with his knight, which is on the edge of the board. If the knight doesn't make it on time, then black will just do h2 and kg1, kh1, and main problem is he is also threatening to win the pawn. If we try to corner the king, he gets stalemated. So white starts with the move knight b6 here, although both knight b6 and knight c7 both work because the next move is going to be knight d5. We have two variations to consider here. One is h2 and other kg1, because as soon as the king comes to g2, we will see that knight will be used from the f4 square. So that will transpose into the upcoming lines. And whenever king comes to g1, instantly we will see the move bf2 check getting used. So those lines will also come into one category. So let's get into the move kg1 first. h2 according to me is the main line. We will look at that later on. Knight d5. Black goes h2. Instantly he is threatening the move h1. So bishop f2 check. And now there are again two ways for black to go. King g2 and king h1. As I said, after kg2 things become very easy. Knight f4 check. The knight and bishop nicely control the squares around the black king. King goes to h1 forced, and now white will use a nice mating net. King f1 forcing the h pawn to move, and after h4 both knight h5 and knight e2 lead to the same mate. Knight h5, h3, knight g3, checkmates. Thus we can say the move kh1 is more challenging for white. Here again white has to be little bit careful. First king f3, stopping the move kg2 altogether. h4, knight e3, h3, and here white has a very nice idea. One study which we considered long back, same position appears on the board. White goes bishop g3, making space for the king on g1, and we are reaching another study position. After kg1 comes the nice move bishop h2 check, king takes h2, kf2, and this is another famous study, although very easy one, king h1, and here white uses the move knight f1, forcing the move h2, king cannot be moved. So after h2, knight g3, checkmates. Now we have the main move to cover, that is the move h2. After nb6, now black has the main move h2. nd5, kg1 would go back to the line with bf2 check. So kg2, knight f4 check, of course. First let's look at king h1. Here the move king f3 throws away the win after kg1. So what should white play? Here white has several ways to win. When I was solving the position, I thought of the idea bishop d8, allowing the h pawn to move and use the bishop check when the king comes on g1. But that is a bit of a lengthy process. You can wait here with the king ke1, forcing him to go kg1. Okay, and now after kg1, bishop e1 check. So basically we are moving the bishop with a tempo, not allowing the h pawn to move. After king h1, now we will force the h pawn to move with the move king f1, and again we reach the same position which we discussed before. See, h4 forced, knight h5, h3, and knight g3. So this ke1 fulfills the same task in less number of moves rather than bring the bishop from the other side. And finally we have the move kg1, which by now you must have understood easily. We have the move bishop f2, king h1 forced, and now same idea, king f1. We again transpose to the same variation. After h4, ne2 or nh5, h3, and knight g3 mates. I hope you are finding these positions useful and instructive. Do like, share and subscribe the channel. Thanks for your time.